I'm Josh Hyatt, and this is my wife, Lindy. I'm the elementary PE teacher here, and we have 3 kids attending, all in our first year. So we just started this fall.
The teachers truly care about the whole child. They're not just they're concerned about education, of course, but they're more concerned about spiritual well-being of our children. I don't know if I can say it without getting teary, but Lincoln Christian is a community that we never knew we needed, and the Lord knew we needed it, and so it's been a huge blessing for our family.
We've never felt more welcome, never felt more at home, never felt like the people around you care as much as we do when you walk through the doors here. The teachers and staff here really do a great job of making sure everybody feels welcome and really pouring the gospel into their lives. And that's number one in our priority list, and that's the thing that we've felt the most when we come to Lincoln Christian.
God is always at work among us.
Attending Lincoln Christian School has truly been a blessing for Sherry and her family. Time and time again, God has used the teachers, coaches, and staff to shape their kids' character, extend them grace, and help solidify their identity as Christ followers, providing more than an education.
In church, we were talking about how God uses everyday, ordinary people, not extraordinary people, just available, everyday, ordinary people.
Recently, through everyday, ordinary people at Lincoln Christian, God moved to bless Sherry and her family.
Lincoln Christian called and said, a family has stepped up at Lincoln Christian and would like to pay off your tuition for the rest of this year.
With the financial strain and implications of COVID-19 this year, that truly was a miracle.
I fell on my knees and just started crying. I was just like, oh God, you're so good. Because I really didn't even know how we were going to make it to the end of the year. It has been a life-changing blessing.
God is on the move through everyday, ordinary people like the teachers, coaches, staff, and families at Lincoln Christian as they provide more than an education. Lincoln Christian enrollment for this upcoming school year is now open at lincolnchristian.org.
My Bridge Radio, celebrating God at work among us.
Shoot. All right. All right, we're here for high school basketball. It's the Lincoln Christian Crusaders and the Bishop Neumann Cavaliers in junior varsity basketball. And a missed 3 out of the corner from number 30, Jude Polacek. And the rebound comes down to Lincoln Christian, and they'll have the first offensive possession. I'm Keith Miles here on the Crusader Sports Network. Last home game of the season, JV varsity doubleheader. Ethan Hollenbeck, he is fouled, and he'll go to the line. And let's see, I think the foul went on number 50, Cannon Chata, his first. And Hollenbeck now gets the first. First point of the game goes to the Crusaders. And he's 1 for 2. Hovendick with the rebound. Out of bounds, it'll stay with the Crusaders, though. Hansen, no-look pass, gets it into Nunley and right back to Kobe Hansen. He'll bring it back out to the top. That's Andrew Johnson with it. Goes around the screen. Now Hansen drives into the lane. Now Johnson drives down baseline. Bounce pass intended for Hollenbeck, and it's intercepted by Chata. And here come the Cavs. That's number 30. That's Vetch with it. And they get it inside in a basket by number 34, Silas Mongar. Down in the corner now, here's Johnson with it. 2-1 Neumann early in the JV game, and there's a steal. And that's Mongar again. He goes and lays it up and in. Crusader JVers haven't played since last Saturday. There was a varsity game Wednesday at Boys Town, but no JV game that night. That's Luke Hovendick with it. And now Hansen comes around top of the key, and we got a moving screen called on Hollenbeck. So that'll be his first foul. One team foul apiece. Crusaders put on a little bit of pressure. That's Turner Ahrens with it on offense for Neumann. Mongar back outside to Ahrens. And they try to get it inside for Chata. Waits, goes up and scores. So the Cavs are off to a good start. They lead 6-1. Played just over a couple of minutes here in the first quarter. That's Luke Hovendick with it. He comes around the screen, back to Johnson. And around in the corner, now Hovendick drives baseline, and the foul will go on number 30. That's Polacek with the foul. Hollenbeck now Nunley. Hovendick, had he caught that one cleanly, he might have had an open look for three. Nunley inside to Hollenbeck. One dribble, turn around, leaves that one short, and the rebound comes down to Polacek. And they try to get it inside to Vetch. Good defense by Nunley. He knocks it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Cavs. And Vetch goes out of the game, and coming in is Camden McGuigan. That's Monger with it, back outside to Ahrens. And a shot left short by Polacek. And a steal by Hansen, and he was flying out of bounds, tried to keep the ball alive and throws it right to Ahrens. So back to the Cavs. Crusaders got the first point, a free throw from Hollenbeck, but haven't scored since. Chata goes all the way, scores, and we'll have a chance for a three-point play. The foul goes on Johnson, his first. 2 team fouls apiece. And Cannon Chata hits the free throw. So 9 in a row for the Cavs. Chata's got 5, Monger's got 4. And we got a foul on the Cavs on the defense. That is Polacek, and that's, I believe, 2 on him. We'll wait and see if Mr. Powell confirms that on the scoreboard. He does. It's second personal for Jude Polacek, and so he takes a quick seat on the bench. Crusaders still with their starters. Johnson open in the corner, but doesn't shoot. Back outside to Nunley. And Johnson inside to Hollenbeck. Goes up strong and scores. So Ethan Hollenbeck with all 3 points for Lincoln Christian, and quickly on the other end, a turnover back to LCS. And Kobe Hansen calls the play, then goes around the screen and circles back outside. Inside again to Hollenbeck, out of bounds, and they say that's off Ethan. Turnover to the Crusader, or to the Cavaliers, I should say. Centennial Conference battle between Bishop Neumann and Lincoln Christian. Varsity game will be interesting. The Cavs have been struggling this year. They're 6-15, and Lincoln Christian has lost 3 in a row now, so they want to get back on the winning track. Both teams do as they head into sub-districts next week. And there's a three-pointer up and back down by Camden McGuigan. And it's 12-3. Nunley, Hovendick, Hansen. And Kobe splits the defense, goes up and scores. Quick move from Kobe Hansen, and he's rewarded with a layup. That's Ahrens with it. Cross court to Vetch. And now number 34, Mongar. He's got it again. And Hansen with another steal. Oh, but he stepped on the line. A lot of subs coming in now for the first time for the Crusaders. They substitute with Cameron Herrera, Parker Bash, and Ben Ehlers all on the floor now, along with Hansen and Nunley, who stay in the game. Silas Monger back outside. It's Andrew Vetch. Monger inside to Chata, and he is fouled by Bash. They're calling this one close, at least here at the start. And Ahrens drops it. Hansen picks it up. And they say his foot was on the line. So that's two steals that Kobe's had that then end up getting counteracted by the out-of-bounds line. And a good up and under and a miss by Mongar. He had a great look on that. Good move to the basket. Kind of shot from behind him, missed. Ehlers with a three on the other end, no good. And the rebound to Ahrens. Chata goes up, misses. Batted around, and Ehlers comes down with the board. So the Cavs have led by as many as 9. It's a 7-point lead now. About a minute and a half to go here in the first quarter. Now Hansen, Crusaders using a lot of screens tonight. Back inside to Nunley. Goes up strong and scores. First basket for Isaiah Nunley, and Lincoln Christian with some pressure here. They've cut it back down to 5. Last 2 baskets to the Crusaders. Herrera goes for the steal, doesn't get it that time. Ahrens looks inside, and now to Vetch. Mongar back to Vetch, looks inside. And that's Polacek. Vetch, and I apologize to Neumann fans if I'm mispronouncing any of these names. Didn't have a chance to check with the bench before the game. Chata goes up, and he is fouled. He'll go to the line. And the foul goes on number 30, Cameron Herrera. And Chata gets the friendly roll, and that puts him at 6 already. Half a minute to go here in the first. And Chata has scored 7, and so have the Crusaders. But it's a 14-7 touchdown lead for Bishop Neumann here in basketball season. It's not football, but sometimes you see those scores that remind you of a football game. Hansen's going to dribble outside and run some clock, so the Crusaders will have the last shot. And he whips it out to Ehlers in the corner. Ben misses, ball batted around and comes down to the Cavs. And Hansen with a quick steal, and he launches a 3 and almost hits it. Boy, right off the back rim. Good luck, though, for Kobe Hansen, who had 3. Ball to Lincoln Christian as we start the second quarter. They've got some work to do. They had a 1-0 lead, but the Cavs have held the lead since. Herrera inside to Ehlers. He had good position, misses the shot, but draws the foul on number 34, Silas Mongar. His fourth team foul on the Cavs, 4 apiece on both teams. And Ehlers, newly minted with the varsity jersey this week, misses the free throw. Ehlers and Herrera both advance to the varsity as we get ready for sub-districts next week. And that one rolls in. First points tonight for Ben Ehlers, quickly on the other end. And that's number 42, Luke Mice, who's in for the first time. And Mice around the screen. Crusaders with that man defense. Hansen, another hand on the ball, and then they call a jump ball, and that'll stay with the Cavs. So Kobe Hansen's been playing some good defense here today, some quick defense, quick hands. And the Cavs inbounds. That's Polacek with it. Tachada. Vetch tries a three. Off the mark, and Isaiah Nunley with the rebound. Ehlers to Hansen, over to Herrera. And Herrera backs up, takes a three, off the mark. Hit Ethan Hollenbeck in the head, and then the Cavs end up with it. Here comes Chada, kicks outside. Polacek inside to Chada now. And stripped out of his hands by Cameron Herrera, and Herrera races down the other way. And then hands off to Hansen, who flies through the air and scores a basket. No whistle, but the Crusaders get the bucket. And for Kobe, he's got 4 in the game, and it's down to a 4-point lead. Luke Mice tries the three and hits it. So back up to a 7-point lead. 2 3-pointers so far in the game for the Cavalier JVers. Crusaders play down 7, 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Ehlers inside to Hollenbeck. Nice move, up and under, and he's going to have to go to the line and earn a couple of free throws. Didn't get the friendly bounce on that, but did draw the foul. And that will be the second foul on Cannon Chada. Four points now for Ethan Hollenbeck. Herrera and Ehlers to the bench, and Hovendick and Johnson back on the floor. And McGuigan also back in for Bishop Neumann. Hollenbeck now 3 for 4 from the line tonight, and it's 5 points. The lead for the Cavs, and that one bounces off the support above the basket, a missed three by Luke Mice. Luke is a 5'11 sophomore for Bishop Neumann. Here comes Kobe Hansen for the Crusaders. Hansen now down in the corner, comes back outside. Bounces inside to Hollenbeck, puts the ball on the floor, goes up at a good look, misses the shot, and Johnson fights for the rebound and ends up with a tie-up, so it'll stay with the Crusaders. He hit the deck a little hard, but looks like he's up and doing well. So Lincoln Christian under their own basket. See if they can get a good look on the inbounds pass. Pass a little bit over Hollenbeck's head. He goes up in traffic, misses the shot, and rebound finally comes down to the Cavs. That's McGuigan who got the board and back on the offensive end. And Mice from the free throw line misses. Hollenbeck rebound. Hovendick with it. Oh, and they're going to get him for a double dribble on that one. .440 to go here before halftime. Coming up at halftime, we're going to hear from our 5 LCS seniors on this year's team as they play their last home game tonight. We'll hear from Brady McGear, Gavin McGear, Drew Buchelman, Jonas Berger, and Gunnar Dworick. So stick around for that at halftime. And then right after the JV game, we've got Parents' Night tonight for all of the LCS boys basketball team. So we'll stay on for that. And Neumann just keeps spreading it around outside the three-point line. Now they get it inside. Spitzka with it, back outside. Meis tries another three, leaves that one short, and Hansen with the rebound. Looked up, didn't see anything clear down the court, so brings it back down, and Crusaders will set up in their offense. Nunley has to come back outside. Hovendick, long three on the way, and he's got it. First basket tonight for Luke Hovendick, and that brings the Crusaders back within 3. That's Vetch with it, back outside to McGuigan. And that's Monger with it, guarded by Nunley. And the Cavaliers are going to take a timeout. So the Crusaders have battled back. They were down 9 in that first quarter, and they were down by 7 at the end of the first, and they've cut it back down to 2. It's a 17-15 game for Lincoln Christian. They trail. And you may have just seen Gage Holen on the LCS varsity walking by with a boot on. He sat out the game on Wednesday at Boys Town, as well as Drew Buchelman, both of them nursing some injuries, so hopefully they will be back tonight. Last tune-up tonight before the sub-districts start next week for both these teams and all the boys' teams, except for Class A. They will start later in the week, but we'll take a look at those schedules as we go on tonight. It's Andrew Vetch with it. And Polacek inside. And that'll be a basket and one for Aaron Spitzka. And the foul goes on Isaiah Nunley, his first. 5 team fouls apiece, and Spitzka completes the three-point play, and that puts the Cavs back up by 5. Cavs in that 1-3-1 defense. The Bishop Neumann teams have played that for years and years. And Nunley off the mark. Hansen tracks down the rebound. And a long three from Hovendick. Give Johnson credit to get that rebound as it ends up in the hands of Hollenbeck. And then Johnson tries a three from the near corner and has it. So Johnson saves the bucket, or saved the basket for the Crusaders on the missed shot, saves the basketball, and then hits a three out of the corner and back to a 2-point game. That is number 30. That's Polacek with it. Now Spitzka. And back inside to Spitzka, and he muscles in on Nunley and scores another basket. So he's got the last 5 in a row for the Cavs. Johnson again in the corner. He ends up turning it over this time. And Meis goes up and scores over Nunley. So a couple of quick baskets by the Cavs, and that extends their lead back up to 6. Crusaders have gotten back within 2 a couple of times. Great look from Hansen. He saw Hollenbeck open under the basket and hits him. Now 7 for Ethan Hollenbeck. Johnson gets a hand on that ball. Cavs keep it though. Spitzka back outside, open three, look for Colton Chata. He misses everything with that, a little bit too strong, and Kobe Hansen has the rebound. And Hovendick drives to the basket. He is fouled, misses the shot, but he'll go to the line. And I think that's going to go on Aaron Spitzka. Let's see. Hovendick with the first. Luke has one of the 2 3-pointers tonight for Lincoln Christian. He and Johnson have both hit trays here in this quarter. Just a minute to go. Again, we're going to hear from the LCS seniors at halftime, so stick around for that. Great rebound by Hollenbeck. Goes up too strong, and the rebound comes down to the Cavs. And they end up, they're going to say it stays with Neumann. Apparently Lincoln Christian got a fingertip on it. Polachek was running down the floor trying to get it to, now they're going to reverse the call. And they say no touch, so it goes back to Lincoln Christian. Crusaders down 3, could tie on this possession. Again, Hollenbeck open underneath, and he scores. So Ethan Hollenbeck, he'll probably be done after this quarter, so he can be available for 4 quarters in the varsity game, but he's proven a boost for the Crusaders here in this quarter. Missed 3 there, and an offensive rebound by the Cavs. And there's Mice open for another 3, in and out. Rebound to Nunley. 15 seconds to go. Lincoln Christian will hold for 1. Hansen around the screen. Johnson open for 3. And he's got it, and that's going to give Lincoln Christian the lead at halftime. A big 3-pointer by Andrew Johnson, and the Crusader junior varsity team will have some momentum as they go into the locker room. They've got a 26-24 lead over Bishop Neumann. And here comes our interview with our 5 LCS seniors, so you're not going to want to miss this. Hang on and then come on.
I'm Gavin McGear. I play point guard, and I'm assuming my first team I played for was like a Y Pepsi League of some sorts.
I'm Drew Buchelman. I'm like a forward, and the first team I played for was Knights basketball. So.
Brady McGear, shooting guard. First team I played for was probably YMCA.
All right, Gunnar DeWarrick. I also play shooting guard, and the first team I played for was Gretna basketball.
Jonas Berger. My first team I played for was YMCA, and I played more of a forward.
I'd say my favorite memories was it was our junior year when we went to Kearney, and we all stayed in the same hotel room. And that was just super fun, getting to stay up late, and not late, we were ready for the game. Just like hanging out in the hotel room with people, so it was super fun.
Anything on the court, a favorite memory?
I'd say holiday tournaments probably my favorite time of the year, and then obviously state too. So just like those tournament settings are super fun. A lot of pressure, and it's fun.
My favorite memory probably off the court would be a team night at Coach Nunley's house. Just all the guys are together having a good time, playing ping pong, stuff like that. On the court, probably my first lob to Drew, or his first dunk, was a pretty memorable experience, and that was super fun. So
Cool. I'd say my favorite off court memory was also the hotel rooms and stuff, because it was for the conference tournament last year, and there's a bunch of us in one room, and we were just all messing around having a good time. It's just a super cool time of year, because that was the first time the Centennial Conference tournament was outside of Lincoln, so that was pretty fun. And then I'd say my favorite on-court memory was when we played Norris last year, and just those final seconds were super intense, and just seeing the shot barely fall off the rim and knowing that we beat a pretty good Norris team felt pretty good. It was pretty exciting.
Off the court, I would definitely say the hotel experience, and on the court, I would also say the Norris game, how we lost them earlier in the season, and then it came down to the wire the second time we played them at home. It was just a great environment, and we ended up winning it, and it was just a great time.
I would say my favorite off the court is probably just like some of the like van and bus rides. Not particularly like a certain one, but just all of them kind of piled up. They kind of start stacking up, and then just remembering and thinking about some of the old ones. And then on the court, I'd probably say just like getting to play with like all my best friends pretty much, like this class and then some of the underclassmen, and then like last year, and then even some of the older guys from like 2 or 3 years ago. Just kind of getting to play with a whole bunch of different guys, and just building different relationships throughout the years, just kind of different mixes and stuff. It's probably one of my favorite parts.
I just say they've been very intentional about like bringing the gospel to practices and stuff, and just challenging us every day in that way, and just making sure that we're disciplined on and off the court, like tucking in our jerseys. I'm sure if Coach only walked in, we'd be doing push-ups, but just giving us a sense of discipline, and it's just, yeah.
I would say that the coaches just have been a great big impact on us by, every day before practice we'll do a little devotional, and they go out of their way to have intentional relationships with us. I would say that they do a great job at developing us as players, not only through the game but through our relationship with Christ. So,
I would say it's like a lot of the little things that the coaches do. Sometimes after a game, a coach will like text us individually and like say you did a good job, or like check in and see if we're all right. Or like Coach Borgman will like put a highlight of Drew dunking or something like that. So little things like that kind of go a long way for me. And then honestly, just like how like open they are and like easy to talk to, like not even with basketball, but then just trying to like develop our relationship with Christ and kind of push us to do our own devotions on our own time and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'd say for me it's kind of a mix of like all those. Like I really enjoy the 5-minute devotional before the games and practices, and then just like the little things when they reach out, and none of us feel like we can't reach out to them if we have problems or issues that we're struggling with on or off the court. So that's really been big in just our growth in our relationship with Christ as well.
I think the biggest way I've grown this with the coaches is, so freshman year I came in, and whenever I'd miss a shot or turn it over, I'd clap my hands and I'd kind of hang my head. But that is not tolerated here, and so I have learned, and that has been very helpful because it just keeps the negative thoughts out of your mind and just keeps you focused on the next play. So that's been very helpful.
I would definitely say it's kind of cliche, but like just enjoy it because it does go by pretty quick, especially this season kind of starting late. Like some of the coaches saying like we only have like a third of the season left just kind of hit me a little bit, and I think we only have like 2 home games and like I think 5 like regular season games left, and then we're already on to postseason. So it just goes by like really fast, and just kind of like enjoy the relationships you build with your teammates and stuff. I know like a lot of us are like really close with like Justin and Ashton, and like still being able to like keep in touch with them has been like really fun, and just know what's going on in their lives. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'd say.
I'd say for me, the biggest thing is like just connecting, like whether that's on the bus or when we go to the same hotel room, like just like even coach says like put away your phone, like just hang out with your friends, like you don't get to do this often, so like just cherish every moment on the bus, like even when you're not playing, just being together, it's so great and awesome. So yeah,
I would just say having a positive attitude. I feel like as my basketball season's gone on, my attitude's gotten way better, and when coaches don't see things your way, it just kind of pushes you to work harder. And I think that's a big thing to learn with life, is when things don't go your way, to work harder so that you can get better at it.
I would also kind of mimic what Drew said. I'd say relationships are a big part of my life, and just like getting to build those like with the younger classmen, like as seniors, like there's a really good chance to do that. And even if you're not a senior, like even reaching out to like a junior or something, and just having those relationships and being able to like use your friendship in the game of basketball is like really cool. I remember my freshman year, just Trayson Bigler was super good to me, and just it was just made the year a lot better. So definitely relationships.
I'd probably say a few things. One, you'll never regret working in the off season for basketball. 2, developing relationships can make all the difference in the world. Honestly, it'll make or break your basketball season. And finally, just have fun, because I mean, like that's what we're doing it for. So, I mean, work hard, but have fun while doing it. Well, I would say my faith has grown. I've just kind of learned to take challenges as just motivation to get better. I think they imprint on us pretty well that we need to take challenges as well. We know that trials produce perseverance, and I would say that just going through tough games or tough stretches or even doing well, like it's all part of our story, and we just kind of work through that to strengthen our relationship with Christ. So
Yeah, I kind of said just like the coaches challenge us to like really like dive into like the word ourselves and kind of like have personal devotions and stuff like that. And then also just like in a basketball sense, they really try and like push us to like focus on like what we're really playing for and just kind of like glorifying God, not so much worrying about like our parents or like friends or just fans in general. Like make sure we know who we're playing for and just kind of, you know, what we're doing, our purpose we're here on life.
Yeah, I'd say something we really focus on is adversity and how it does create perseverance and it makes us all stronger, both in basketball and with our relationship with Christ. So just to face those challenges, face on, and just like want challenges to occur so that we can become stronger. So.
As mentioned earlier, the daily devotions we do, whether it be before practice or before games, I like it a lot because it's not like we just reverse and then gloss over it and start practicing, but we really dive into the material there and try to understand it on a deeper level.
Yeah, I just say the coach is just reminding us every day that through adversity that what kind of a teammate that Christ would be, and just like trying to pursue and like just like be a teammate that he would be, just like whether it be picking up your teammate and just encouraging them, keeping a positive attitude. So just having that be a constant reminder has just been really helpful.
Coming back for the second half of our JV game tonight, and the Crusaders with a flurry at the end of that second quarter to turn a deficit into a lead. They lead by 2 after Andrew Johnson hit a three-pointer just before the buzzer. Crusaders down by 9 in that first quarter, trailed a couple of different times by 7 in the second, battled back, and have the 2-point lead now. And the Cavs will start with the ball in the second half here. Cannon Chata leading scorer in the first half for Neumann with 7, and he tries for 9 but doesn't get it, and Parker Bash with the rebound. Crusaders were led by Ethan Hollenbeck with 9 in that first half, but he likely is done for the night on the JV game, so he can be ready for varsity action. Crusaders have Hovendick, Ehlers, Johnson, Herrera, and Bash on the floor. And Kobe Hansen may well be done as well. Kobe played some great defense in that first half. And Hovendick, a little fadeaway shot, banks it in and scores. So Luke has the first basket, and Lincoln Christian, biggest lead of the night now at 4. And on the other end, a missed shot, but it'll be free throws coming for Connor Schutt. And the foul goes on Herrera, his second. Schutt seeing his first playing time here in the JV game, and he's got a varsity jersey, so we'll see him again later on, and he's got his first point. Short with that one, and Johnson there for the rebound. Good box out of the shooter for Andrew Johnson, and he's got the rebound, and the Crusaders back on offense. They get it inside to Bash, backs up Chata. Turns around, misses the shot, and Chata with the rebound. And then Herrera is going to end up picking up his third foul. Just got a little bit too aggressive, hoping to get a tie-up, but he can't do it. And that is a big foul because that's now 3 on Cameron Herrera. And it looks like Ty Hansen getting ready to come in. Cameron will go to the bench at the next whistle. Schutt with it. Over to Luke Meese. I checked with the Neumann bench at halftime, so I got some pronunciation, so hopefully we'll get them right here in the second half. That's Meese. Hands off and a missed shot. Good defense there by Ehlers. Shot missed by Chata. Back the other way now, Ehlers with the ball. Inside to Bash, ball batted up, and he's got to come back out with it. Long three for Hovendick, short off the front of the rim, and Ahrens tracks down the rebound. That's Chata to Ahrens. Now Shutt travels. Little stutter step, we'll give it back to LCS. And Ty Hansen on the floor now. Herrera to the bench, so the Crusaders have Hansen, Johnson, Hovendick, Ehlers, and Bash on the floor. Hovendick over to Ty Hansen in the corner. And Bash outside. Sets the screen for Hovendick. And then Ehlers to the basket. He draws the foul. He misses the shot, but he'll go to the line. Connor Shutt picks up the foul. First team foul on the Cavs here in this half. In and out for Ben Ehlers. He had 1 point in that first half, was 1 for 2 from the line, now 1 for 3 in the game. See if he can convert here. And he does. So the Crusaders back up by 4, 29-25. Ahrens inside to Chata. Meese open for 3 in the corner, in and out. Rebound batted around, and Bash comes out of there with it and quickly gets it away before a jump ball is called. Ehlers pops a 3, too long. Rebound to Turner Ahrens. Connor Shutt in the corner. Now Chata back to Shutt. He goes up over Johnson and gets it to drop. So he's got all 3 points for the Cavs here in the third quarter. We're just under 5 minutes to go in the third. Lincoln Christian up by 2 after Neumann led literally probably 15 and a half minutes of the 16 minutes in that first quarter, maybe even more. Crusaders led 1-0 early, and then Neumann took the lead, and the Crusaders got it back with like 3 seconds to go in the quarter on a three-pointer by Andrew Johnson. Inside to Johnson, he's got position, lets the defender go up and over him, no foul call, gets it back again and comes back outside. Smart move, they weren't going to call anything, so he brings it back out. Hovendick misses the 3, Johnson loses it out of bounds. So good hustle by Andrew Johnson there, but the Crusaders end up turning it over to the Cavs, and Christian Witt is in the game for the first time. Patrick Witt, didn't he? I think he played quarterback for the Huskers a few years ago. It's funny how your brain recalls things like that when you're not anticipating it. In any event, the Cavs with the ball. Shutt now drives. And the foul, let's see who they're going to call it on. It'll go on Christian Witt, I believe. His first foul on the team's third, halfway through the third quarter here. Ahrens drives, back over to Shutt. And now that's Vec with it. Meese. Guarded by Johnson. Now Ahrens steps in the lane, puts up a runner, misses, and Witt with the rebound. Hovendick open for 3, and that one is going to be long. If he'd have followed his shot, he might have had a chance at the rebound. Missed 3 on the other end, but Shutt with the offensive rebound. And now Meese fakes the shot, drives to Shutt, drives baseline, kicked out of bounds. Now there's going to be a foul on Witt. He'll pick up his second. And now 4 team fouls on Lincoln Christian, just 1 on Bishop Neumann. Andrew Cleff ready to come in for the first time, and Bash comes back in. So Hovendick, Cleff, Ehlers, Bash, and Johnson on the floor for LCS. Back outside, that is Chada, and he has it blocked by Bash, and then looked like Parker went straight up, but they're going to call him for the foul. No, they call it on Clef instead. And that puts Cannon Chada at the line. So he has a chance to tie the game here with this free throw. In and out, and Bash tips the rebound over to Ehlers. Just under 3 to go here in the quarter. Clef down to Bash, back outside. Now Hovendick bounces to Ehlers. And a good move by Ehlers. Had a couple of defenders on him, but he goes up and scores his first field goal, and he's got 4 for the game. It's 31-28. Last regular season game for Lincoln Christian and for Bishop Neumann as well. For the JV teams, their last game of the season, obviously. No postseason for JV. Vetch inside now. Good ball movement back around to Spitzka, and now Chada goes up, blocked by Bash, goes up again, misses, and Ehlers comes down with it. Good defense by Parker Bash, just going straight up, avoiding the foul. Spin move by Hobendick, and now he's got to come back out with it. Varsity teams go to sub-districts next week. Lincoln Christian, the 2 seed in the C2 sub-district, and a blocking foul on Cannon Chada, his 3rd foul. That'll put Ben Ehlers back at the line, gets up with a little bit of a limp, but the Crusaders will take on Lincoln Lutheran. The games will be played in Milford for the C1-2 sub-district next week. Ehlers along with that. The 4-5 game on Monday night has Raymond Central taking on Malcolm. Then on Tuesday night, first game at 6 o'clock is Milford, the 1 seed, against the winner of that Malcolm-Raymond Central game, and that's followed up about 7:45, Lincoln Christian and Lincoln Lutheran. Ehlers 0 for 2 from the line there. All the games in the LCS sub-district will be streamed by the Milford Strive channel, so you can see all of that at Milford at strive.tv/Milford next week. And that is Chada with it, now gives it to Shutt. Shutt with a nice drive right to the basket, and he scores. And Shutt now with 5 points all here in this 3rd quarter. And there's a tip, almost a steal by Mongar. And a timeout by Coach Noah Borgman for Lincoln Christian. 31-30 is the score, minute 13 to go here in the 3rd quarter of this JV game. Again, right after the end of the JV game, we'll have Parents' Night for the Lincoln Christian boys team. So stick around for that. Some of the other sub-district action. Let's talk about the Neumann sub-district. They are in C1-5, and they play in the 4-5 game on Monday night up at Wahoo Public. They take on David City, and the winner of that game will take on Wahoo in the first game on Tuesday night, 5:30 from Wahoo, and then David City Aquinas and North Bend Central in the nightcap there. So a couple of Centennial Conference teams in that sub-district. Boys Town is in the C1-3 sub-district at Ashland Greenwood. They will take on the Blue Jays in the first game, and the winner of that will take on the winner of Conestoga and Louisville. And again, just looking at records and so forth, that's a winnable district for pretty much any of those teams. Ashland Greenwood is 11-7, but they've been struggling a little bit down the stretch. Omaha Concordia, they're the 1 seed in their sub-district. They are not hosting, though. That's at Arlington. They take on Fort Calhoun. And the winner takes on the winner of Douglas County West and Arlington for the championship there. And Mongar tips it up in the air, but then comes down with his foot on the line. So good defense there by Silas Mongar, but he can't get the steal. Andrew Clef with it. And Johnson is wide open under the basket and lays it in. Good vision by Clef to see Johnson, and Johnson finishes. So Andrew with 8 now. And the Crusaders back up to a 3-point lead. And that pass too tall for Meese. He can't control it, out of bounds to Lincoln Christian. Guessing we're going to be in for a tight fourth quarter as well in this game. Neumann had a semi-comfortable lead in the first and second quarters. Crusaders battled back, and it's been tight all the way in the third. And a missed shot from the free throw line by Hovendick, and the rebound comes down to the Cavs. Chada over to Meese. He's open for three, and he nails it. That's his second three of the game, and he's got 8. And it's a tie game. Threes are wild, 33-33 on the scoreboard. Last possession here in the third quarter. And Clef drives baseline. No, he's called for a travel. Now threes really are wild. 0.3 of a second on the clock and a score of 33-33. So Lincoln Christian will put on some token pressure. And Neumann hit the backboard with the shot, but they missed. Lincoln Christian with the first possession as we start the fourth quarter. We are all tied 33 apiece in this JV game, the varsity game to follow. And right after the JV game is Parents' Night for the Lincoln Christian boys basketball team. So stay on the air with us for that. Then you can take a little bit of a break, grab yourself some supper, and come on back for the varsity game. Hovendick for three. That one's off the mark. And Johnson had great position for the rebound, but does save it as he's flying out of bounds. Ehlers gives up his dribble, has to come back outside. Herrera back on the floor. He's got 3 fouls. And he'll probably go most of the way here, at least until he fouls out if he does. Ehlers, strong move to the basket, misses the shot though. And the rebound comes down to the Cavs. Here's Luke Meese with it. Cannon Chada, looked like he stepped. Yeah, he did travel. He took an extra step there. Young man, if you're in the NBA, they'll let you go with that, but not in the NSAA. So we are tied 33 apiece, and here come the Crusaders back on offense. And almost a throwaway there, but Herrera is able to track it down. And Herrera gets the roll. So his first basket tonight puts Lincoln Christian back on top. Oh, and Schutt was headed right to the basket, drops the ball, and then ends up with a travel as he's kind of rolling around there. Wasn't able to corral it. Here comes Johnson with it. And now Clef, nice little head fake, and he gets open for the shot and scores. Great move from Andrew Clef. His first basket, and the Crusaders back to a 4-point lead. Up and under, and a nice move from Cannon Chada. And for Chada, that puts him in double figures now at 10. Herrera had an open shot, didn't take it. He can hit that three, and there's a steal. Pass a little bit lazy, and Mongar steals it, lays it in, and scores, and ties this game up. And for Mongar, he's got 6, and we're knotted at 37. Lincoln Christian very briefly with a 4-point lead. Ehlers sets the screen for Herrera. Mongar playing the point on that 1-3-1 defense. Johnson with an open look. Ehlers goes high for the rebound, gives it to Witt, and Christian Witt finishes. First basket for Christian, back to a 2-point Christian lead, and then Christian on the other end. Witt has the steal. Ehlers behind the back, wisely holds up. Now Clef drives baseline, tries to get it to Ehlers. It goes all the way through the lane and back outside to Johnson, and Clef is open for 3 and hits it. So Andrew Clef has picked up 5 points here in this fourth quarter, and he gives the Lincoln Christian Crusaders a 5-point lead. And again, that might be their biggest lead of the game so far. I don't think they were up by more than 4 in that third quarter. Again, coming up right after this tonight, we've got Parents' Night. The Lincoln Christian Crusader boys team will honor all the parents and our 5 seniors, of course. You had a chance to hear from those 5 senior players at halftime today, and coming up at halftime of the varsity game tonight, we'll hear from Coach Gary Nunley as he has a few words on each of our seniors tonight. And also, I believe we're going to hear or see the Lincoln Christian cheerleaders perform as they get ready for state competition that's going on this weekend. Also wrestling going on this weekend. We'll see if we can get some information between games. Isaac Wagerson wrestling for Lincoln Christian at the state tournament up in Omaha at the CHI Health Center. His first match was happening late afternoon today, I think between 5 and 6, and then he'll have at least one more match tonight. Possibly could have as many as 3 matches this evening. And then tomorrow is the final day for classes B and C. They're wrestling today and tomorrow. A and D wrestled on Wednesday and Thursday. Batted away by Christian Witt, and then the foul is picked up by Luke Meese. It's just 3 team fouls on Bishop Neumann. 5 on Lincoln Christian. Not really any foul trouble. Well, Chada's got 3 for Neumann, and Herrera's got 3 for Lincoln Christian. Herrera's back on the bench right now. Crusaders just 8 guys now, the 5 on the floor plus Herrera, Ty Hansen, and Parker Bash. The others are getting ready for the varsity game. And a nice spin move by Hovendick, but they say he traveled. So Luke trying to get to the basket, took an extra step. And Luke Meese back in the game for Cannon Chada for Neumann. Crusaders have Johnson, Witt, Ehlers, Clef, and Hovendick on the floor. And pass right to Hovendick. He's got the steal. Ehlers looks inside, now drives baseline, and he is fouled. They say the foul is on Meese. That's 2 on Luke Meese, 4th team foul. Ehlers will throw it in. Oh, and it's going to go over Luke's head. He touched it, so. Oh, no, they say maybe he didn't touch it. It looked like his finger glanced off his fingertips here, and in the end, it's a turnover as it goes to Meese, although Johnson, and that ends up being a travel, and I think Andrew Johnson kind of created that, coming up behind him quickly on defense, and Meese ends up bobbling the ball a bit, and they give him a travel call, and it's back to Lincoln Christian. Crusaders a 5-point lead. We were tied at the end of the third. And Herrera barely stays in the front court. That pass tipped, but Johnson has it. Good ball movement by Lincoln Christian, and they give Ehlers an open look, and he hits it. So Ehlers now has 9 tonight, and Lincoln Christian, their biggest lead, 45-37, but we still got 3 minutes to go. And the Cavaliers will take a timeout. Lincoln Christian up 45-37 here in the JV game. I just quickly want to mention some of the other boys sub-districts next week involving Centennial Conference teams up at at Boone Central. They'll be hosting the C16 sub-district. Columbus Scotus will take on Columbus Lakeview, and the winner of that will take on the winner of Boone Central and Madison. Let's see, out in Kearney Catholic, they will be hosting the C111 sub-district. They take on the winner of Gothenburg and Holdridge, and then the winner of that game will take on the winner of Minden and Cozad. Kearney Catholic, the only team with a winning record in that sub-district. Cozad's the 2 seed. They're 7-14. Kearney Catholic is 19-2. Over in C2, Archbishop Bergen is the 2 seed in the C22 sub-district. UTAN the number 1 seed. And then Grand Island Central Catholic, the number 1 seed in their sub-district. But they've got 4 teams that are all with a plus 500 record, so that'll be an interesting sub-district. Some good competition there. And here's Ehlers, steps in front of that pass, has the steal, and lays it up and in, and we'll have a chance for a 3-point play. The foul goes on Connor Schutt. So Ehlers now in double figures. Now he's in double figures. That'll give him 10 tonight. 48-37, biggest lead for the Crusaders. And down on the other end quickly, that is Silas Mongar who scores. He has 8, and it's a 48-39 game. Nice bounce pass from Herrera. Shot is blocked by Ehlers. Schutt can't save it, and it'll stay with Lincoln Christian. So Grand Island Central Catholic, they take on Heartland, the 4 seed. They're 13-5. Heartland is GICC 18-4, and then Centennial and Doniphan Trumbull are the 2 and 3 seeds in that sub-district. Here's Johnson with it. Clef. Crusaders can afford to run some clock. They got a 9-point lead as we come down to 2 minutes here in the ball game. Crusaders have got 4 times out left, so if they get in trouble, Coach Borgman can use a timeout. And back to Herrera. Down to Johnson. And a good move by Johnson. He had nowhere to go with that. Knocks it off Vek's leg, and Lincoln Christian will keep possession. 5 team fouls on both teams here. We'll see if Neumann tries to foul to get back in this. And a great move along the baseline and up and under for Ben Ehlers. And Ben has the last 7 points of the game. And then a turnover ball down on the floor, and it'll be a jump ball. It'll stay with the Cavs. Lincoln Christian, their first double-digit lead tonight, 50-39. This one was tied 33 apiece. Thought we'd have a close game all the way, but Lincoln Christian has been able to open up some margin here. And just a minute 20 to go. Now Schutt goes all the way and misses the shot. Foul. We'll see who they give that to. I think Ehlers will take it. No, they give it to Bash, his second. And Connor Schutt, he's just a freshman, 6'6" freshman. Didn't play in the first half. He does suit up for varsity, so he'll be available for all 4 quarters in the varsity game. Misses that free throw. And hits the second. And Schutt with 6. Oh, and there's a steal. And a block by Ehlers from behind after he got his pocket picked. And quickly up ahead to Bash. Lets the defender go past, and Parker Bash with the bucket. His first points. Last minute of the game, and Bash picks up a foul on the other end, and that'll be 1-1 coming for Wahoo Neumann. It'll be number 50, Cannon Chada at the line. Chada has 10 tonight. Johnson is out, and Ty Hansen is in. Chada makes the first. Off with the second, and Bash high for the rebound. And that one's going to get past Clef, out of bounds, back to Neumann, 52.9 seconds. It's an 11-point game. And Clef has to go under the bleachers to find the ball. Meese with it. Drives baseline, goes up over Ehlers, and a good-looking shot from Luke Meese. And Meese now in double figures with 10, and there's a steal from Schutt. And he is fouled, so he'll have a chance to score from the line. Unfortunately for the Crusaders, the basket didn't fall, or it would have been an opportunity for Neumann to get back within 2 possessions, but they will, it looks like Hovendick and Johnson are going to come back in the game. Schutt misses the free throw, and that was the 4th foul on Cameron Herrera. Man, I don't know. We must have had a lane violation on that first shot. So Neumann with a chance to get back within 7. The Crusaders led by 11 a little bit ago. They do, and they take a timeout, so this game is not over. The Crusaders thought they were going to coast to the win. May come down to free throws now as the Crusaders are going to try to just hold the ball, and the Cavs will try to foul and get that ball back if the Crusaders can miss some free throws. One more boys Centennial Conference team next week in sub-districts. That's Hastings St. Cecilia. They're in the C26 sub-district, and they're the 2 seed. They take on Sandy Creek, the 1 seed in that sub-district, and the host is Sutton. They play Superior, and then the winners will play. And, of course, girls sub-districts ended last night, and unfortunately the season ended for the Lincoln Christian girls. They dropped a tough game to the Lincoln Lutheran Warriors. Final score last night was 43-22, but the Crusaders had just such a huge win on Tuesday night, probably the biggest win of the season, as they knocked off the undefeated Malcolm Clippers 37-33. Malcolm was the host of that sub-district. Lincoln Christian, the 4 seed. They got the win, and then last night just could not overcome the pressure defense by Lincoln Lutheran. And for the Warriors, just their 3rd win in the last 26 games against Lincoln Christian, but 2 of those wins came this year. They went 2-1 against the Crusaders this year. And the foul goes on Chada, I believe. That'll be 4 on him, but that'll put, well, that's only the 6th team foul. That will not put anybody at the line. Next one will be 1-1. First order of business is to get the ball inbounds. And Ehlers kind of gets pushed into the bench. And that'll be Chada's 5th foul. He's out of the game. And Aaron Spitzka back in for Bishop Neumann. So the Crusaders have Hovendick, Ehlers, Bash, Johnson, and Herrera on the floor. Half a minute to go. And Ehlers' clutch free throw there from Ben. He's had a great 4th quarter here. That is now 9 points in the 4th, 13 for the game. And now give him 14. And the Crusaders up by 9. Somebody's got to go throw the ball in for the Cavs, and here we go. Andrew Vec brings it up the floor. Cavs looking for a quick basket. And Schutt passes on the 3, steps between the defenders, and he'll go back to the line. And I believe that's on Bash. If so, that's 4 on Parker Bash. So Shutt was 2 for 2 just a bit ago from the line. Short with this one. Clef is in and Bash is out. Crusaders look like they're going to hold on and win this game, but we've still got some time to play, and Shutt does hit the second free throw. Oh, I'm sorry, I gave that in my scorebook to the wrong person. That is Shutt, who now has 8 in the game, all in here in the second half. And again, right after this game is over, we've got Parents' Night for the Lincoln Christian boys basketball team, so stay on with us for that. Then we'll take a little bit of a break and come back and have our varsity game tonight. And also we'll be joined by LCS principal Brent Ailes on the call for the varsity game, so we'll talk to him about enrollment that's going on this month here for Lincoln Christian for next school year. If you're interested in Lincoln Christian for your family, go to lincolnchristian.org/enroll, and you'll get more information on that. Into Hovendick, he's double teamed, and finally the foul call. 21.7 to go, and the foul goes on Shutt, his third. That'll put Luke Hovendick at the line. Luke with 6 tonight, including a big three-pointer in the second quarter as the Crusaders made their comeback after a 9-point deficit in the first quarter. And Hovendick long with that. Here come the Cavs back up ahead. Meese, long three. In and out. Boy, that would have been a big shot, but he misses. It's an 8-point game. And 10 seconds to go, and Lincoln Christian is going to win this one. JV team will finish the season with a win. A 54-46 victory for the Crusaders. Ben Ehlers with 14 tonight for Lincoln Christian, leading scorer for the Crusaders. 2 for Cameron Herrera, 6 for Luke Hovendick, 8 for Andrew Johnson, 4 for Kobe Hansen, 2 for Isaiah Nunley, Ethan Hollenbeck with 9, 2 for Christian Witt, 2 for Parker Bash, and 5 for Andrew Clef. And for Bishop Neumann, they were led tonight by Caden Chata. He finishes with 12, and 10 for Luke Meese, 8 for Silas Mongar, and 8 for Connor Shutt. So I'm Keith Miles for the Crusader Sports Network. Hang on, we'll have our boys' Parents' Night coming up in just a minute or two. So stay with us here on the Crusader Sports Network.